Do you ever wonder how money actually works? If you were transported 5,000 years into the past, how would you survive without banks, credit cards, or even cash? Back then, people relied on barter, trading cows for wheat or fish for firewood. But this system had a flaw. What if you had a cow but needed wheat and the farmer didn't want a cow? That's where money was born. At first, it wasn't the paper bills or digital numbers we see today. It was gold, silver, and even salt. Yes, salt. Roman soldiers were paid in it, which is where the word salary comes from. But the real revolution happened in China's Tang dynasty when paper money was introduced, backed by gold reserves. This changed everything, making trade easier and economies grow. But here's where things get really interesting. You might think money has always had real value, but today it's nothing more than an illusion. In 1971, the US dollar was taken off the gold standard, meaning it was no longer backed by gold or silver. Instead, money became fiat currency, valuable only because we all agree it is. It's like a magic trick. Imagine if you were stranded on an island with a suitcase full of cash but no food or water. Would that money help you survive? Of course not. The only reason money works is because we believe in it. As Warren Buffett once said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. The same applies to money. Its power exists only as long as we trust it. But here's the shocking part. Most money isn't even real. You might think governments print most of it, but that's not true. In reality, 97% of money is digital, created by banks through fractional reserve banking. When you deposit $1,000 in your bank, you probably assume it stays there, but banks are allowed to take your deposit and lend out up to 10 times that amount. This means your $1,000 can magically turn into $10,000 in loans. That money never existed before. It was created out of thin air. It's like a casino where the house always wins. Now, let's take a step back. If Socrates were alive today, he might ask, if money is just an idea, does it even exist? This isn't just a philosophical question, it's the foundation of our entire economy. Money isn't backed by anything tangible anymore. It's a psychological construct, a belief system we all participate in. The problem? The rules of this system aren't built to benefit everyone equally. Have you ever wondered why the rich always seem to get richer? It's not just because they have more money, it's because they understand how the system actually works. The average person earns money by trading time for wages. But the wealthy know that money isn't meant to be earned. It's meant to be multiplied. They use money to acquire assets that generate more money, like real estate, stocks, and businesses. Think about this. If you earn $50,000 a year and save 10% of it, that's $5,000. After 10 years, you'll have $50,000 in savings. But if you invest that same $5,000 in an asset that grows at just 10% per year, in 10 years, you'll have $129,687. That's the power of understanding money. It's not about how much you make, it's about how you use it. But there's another hidden force working against you: inflation. Every year, your money loses value because governments print more of it. That's why a soda that cost 5 cents in 1950 now costs $2. The real cost of living keeps increasing, and if you're saving money in cash, you're actually losing purchasing power over time. The ultra-wealthy protect themselves by investing in things that grow with inflation: real estate, stocks, and commodities like gold. They don't just save money, they leverage it. Here's another mind-blowing fact. The world's richest people don't actually use their own money. Billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos borrow against their assets instead of selling them. Why? Because debt, when used wisely, is a tool for wealth creation. If you take out a $1 million loan at a 3% interest rate and invest it in something that gives you a 10% return, you've just made money using the bank's money. This is exactly what wealthy people do, while the average person avoids debt and misses out on opportunities. And let's talk about taxes, one of the biggest ways the wealthy keep more of their money. Legendary investor Robert Kiyosaki often says, "It's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep." The rich don't just earn more, they pay less in taxes legally by understanding loopholes. Business owners can deduct expenses. Real estate investors can write off depreciation, and investors in stocks pay capital gains tax rates, which are lower than income tax. Meanwhile, the average person working a 9-to-5 job gets taxed on every paycheck before they even see the money. But let's get even deeper into how the system is built. The global financial system is designed in a way that rewards asset ownership and financial literacy over hard work. Most people believe that working more hours or getting a raise will make them rich, but the truth is that wealth doesn't come. But here's something most people never realize. Money isn't just about numbers in a bank account, it's about control. Governments and central banks decide how much money is in circulation, which influences everything. From inflation to the cost of housing to the opportunities available to the average person. When central banks print more money, the rich get richer because they own assets like stocks and real estate that increase in value. Meanwhile, the middle class sees their savings lose purchasing power. It's like playing a board game where the rules keep changing, but only the wealthiest players know what's happening. Let's take real estate as an example. In 1960, the average home price in the US was around $12,700. Today it's over $400,000. Did homes become 32 times better? No, it's because the value of money has dropped, not because the value of homes magically increased. This is why the wealthy don't save money. They store it in assets that outpace inflation. But here's where it gets even crazier. Debt is a weapon, but it can be used for or against you. Most people fear debt because they only know bad debt. Credit cards, personal loans, or borrowing for things that lose value. But the rich use good debt to get wealthier. If you buy a rental property with a fixed-rate mortgage, your loan amount stays the same. But over time, inflation makes the value of money drop. This means you're effectively paying back the loan with cheaper dollars in the future. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. From working harder, it comes from working smarter. This is why people who understand leverage, passive income, and the power of investments dominate the economy. Take real estate as an example. If you buy a house worth $500,000 with a 20% down payment, you're only investing $100,000 of your own money. But if that house appreciates by just 5% per year, after 10 years, it will be worth $814,447. Your initial investment of $100,000 has turned into a profit of $314,447. And that doesn't even include rental income. Now compare that to saving money in a bank account. The bank might give you 0.5% interest per year, while inflation is eating away at your purchasing power at a rate of 3 to 5% per year. The truth is, saving money isn't enough anymore. If your money isn't working for you, you're losing wealth every single year. So, what does all this mean for you? It means you have a choice. Will you continue trading your time for money, or will you start playing the game differently? The system isn't broken, it's just built for those who understand it.